What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. So, y'all, Reesa Teesa has made some clarifying statements, right? She said that she wanted to make a few clarifications after talking with Jerome's brother, Legion's brother, Chris. They said that, there was a few things that they wanted her to clear up, I guess, and get straight in regards to the details of the story. So one thing I appreciate about Reesa Teesa is that not only is she transparent and honest, but she's also willing to make corrections to her story, her very long 52-part TikTok story. Okay, let's go ahead and listen to her, and then I will jump in at the end.
Who the fuck did I marry? New update. Today is Monday, February 26, 2024. Earlier today, Legion's older brother, Chris, reached out to my friend, Tracy Tripp, an attorney here in Metro Atlanta. He called her firm to ask how he can get in contact with me. Tracy, being the friend that she is, basically had the attitude of, I don't know you. You're going to have to verify. Remember, trust, but verify. Chris did exactly that. On the phone, he verified, because I was on speakerphone when she called me, that he was in fact the older brother. I felt comfortable. I called him from my personal phone. I called him at 2:16 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. He and I spoke, and there were two things that he asked for me to clear up. Here it is. Number one, Legion's mother passed away first. His father passed away a few years later. It was at the father's funeral that Legion brought his ex-wife, and apparently there was an altercation of some kind between Legion and his older brother. They have not seen each other since the father's funeral. The information that I initially gave in my 50-part series was that they have not seen each other since the mother's funeral. So I want to clarify, they have not seen each other since the father's funeral. Secondly, Chris wanted me to also let you all know that their parents, though they are passed away, the parents did everything they could to get Legion psychiatric help. At one point, they were taking him to different therapists and psychologists. He's been diagnosed as a kid with both bipolar and schizophrenia. I did not know this. Chris informed me today, Monday, February 26th, during that phone call, that their father came out of retirement to help pay for the medications. And as Legion got older, he refused to take them. Did not know that. I say all this to say that Chris gave me permission to go ahead and relay this message to everyone to clear up some things that were said in the 50-part series. He also had a message for me. He said, we support you. The family is not mad at you. We've known how he is for years. You can expose that motherfucker. So thank you, Chris. I told him I would make this video to clarify exactly what he said. And he told me that if you or any friends know the family personally up in Philly, Chris has a message for you. The captain is loose. Apparently, you all should know what that means if you know the family. I say all this to say again, I take responsibility and be accountable for the series that I put out, that 50-part series. So if I said something that was incorrect, I have no issue making sure that I correct it as best I can. However, let me be very clear, ladies and gentlemen. I know what my ex-husband put me through. I cannot speak for anyone else. I can only speak on my experience. I realize that this story sounds absolutely outrageous, but it's true. I filmed it the way I did for a reason, because it's true. I gave you details because it's true, and I stand on that. You all have a wonderful day. And last but not least, to Chris and Tracy, I thank you.
She better stand on business. I know that's right, Teesa. Okay, she said everything she said is true, right? And I believe every word. I'm not gonna lie. What I will say though, I'm like, what in the HIPAA? Y'all could have just said that we found out that there were some psychological issues going on, but the fact that his brother, shared that when Jerome was younger, that he was diagnosed with both bipolar disorder and schizophrenia, that explains so much. That explains the compulsive lying. That explains the, talking on the phone with people who are not there. that explains the delusions of grandeur and, a lot of the behaviors that he exhibited while he was dating these multiple women, right? That explains so much. I really, truly hope that, someone in his family, someone in Jerome's family can take him to go see a psychiatrist and get his medication that he needs so that he can move on with his life. Now that we know that it was a serious psychiatric issue, my question to the ladies, and that's fine if they didn't know that, but I was just wondering, were there signs? Because a few of them, Reesa Teesa, I think Vivian, she said that, she had to call the police to get him out of her house because they were living together. All of these women were living with this man. And I'm wondering, were there not signs of his serious psychiatric disorders? I don't know. I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad that they're speaking out, but it's only funny. Don't get me wrong, this is humorous, okay? But now that we know the updates, then it becomes a little bit more concerning. Hold on. Okay, those are my two puppies chiming in. Excuse them. But I'm sitting here and I'm trying to break it down because I'm like, okay, bipolar, I don't know if it's manic bipolar disorder. And I'm not a psychologist, just to let you guys know, but I have taken plenty of psychology courses, and I have a few friends who are psychologists, and one who's a psychiatrist, right? An MD instead of a PhD. But I'm just really curious as to maybe they just overlooked them, right? Because his ex-wife, Miss Notori, I appreciate all these women coming forward, sharing their stories and being transparent and saying, I was at a low point in my life. I was lonely. I was broken, all those things. So they were, overlooking those red flags. The paperwork issue is concerning as well because anybody can doctor paperwork, right? That's, and the fact that he even felt he had to produce paperwork to show them, like for me, that would be a red flag in and of itself because you're a grown man. Why are you showing me papers? You know what I mean? Like I'm not a loan officer or a bank or someone that you feel like you would need to present documentation in regards to your own bank account and personal assets. That in and of itself will be an issue. But again, I am glad that, she was forthcoming with the clarification and the updates. And what does the captain is loose mean? Is that in regards to his schizophrenia or his bipolar disorder? Or is that something completely unrelated because the family's from Philly? Is that like a Philadelphia thing? I don't know. I'm curious. I'm telling y'all, I fell down the rabbit hole and I'm just so curious as to all of the different twists and turns that this story is taken. Not only is she a really great storyteller, okay, her 52-part TikTok series is amazing and that's gone viral, but the updates, right? Like the other women that are coming forward, this is good. Like this is way better than any like movie Tyler Perry play. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm like this right here, this is entertainment. And it's even better that it's a true story. Now, I will say this, I do feel bad for Jerome and the fact that, he has these psychological issues. I really hope he gets help for them. But he could just, take medication. And like Jennifer Lewis, she's very open about her being diagnosed with bipolar disorder. She says she takes her meds and it's fine. Pete Davidson, again, I'm an advocate for mental health. I'll tell you, therapy is amazing. It's done wonders in my life, and I'm such a huge advocate for it. So I hope he finds a good psychiatrist that can give him the medication that he needs in order to regulate, the imbalances, the chemical imbalances in his brain, right? But the schizophrenia, that speaks to him, the imaginary people that he was talking to on the phone, things like that. My thing is, I don't know. Anyway, I just have all these questions, but again, the updates are kind of the cherry on top because they're filling in the holes that I have. So if you guys know what the captain is loose means, drop down in the comments and let me know. I don't know. I'm hoping that Tamron Hall or like somebody in Good Morning America can ask her, because that's what I want to know. I'm really glad that she is getting not only, viral fame, but also she's getting her story validated from not only the other women, but she's going on ABC network. That's one of the biggest, news networks in our country, in the world, essentially. And for her going to Good Morning America and Tamron Hall, the power of social media is unmatched. I mean, the internet truly is undefeated. You guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Please be sure to like the video. Y'all know I'm over here working hard for you. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I will talk with you in the next one. Take care, Aces. Bye.